Hi, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Nasiah V, and today we're going to talk about some books, okay? I actually recorded this video like a week ago. But I didn't realize my microphone died, and I went to edit it. Whole video was silent. So now I'm redoing this finally. I've had a really busy month. That's why I have not posted in so long, so forgive me for that. If you're one of my few active watchers, I know our community is going to grow soon, but forgive me for not posting and being as consistent. I am committed to posting content. I am committed to being in this book space, this writer space. It's just been such a busy month for me. I have barely had time to read, let alone having time to film. So like I've barely read a book. I finished like 2 books this month and that's it. And it's taken me forever to read. I'm just really busy. Well, not this month, March, because now I'm filming this in April. March was a really busy month for me. So I think I only finished I think I only finished 1 book on my TBR for March, and that is the book we're reviewing today. I finished other books. I finished, I think, 107 Days by Kamala Harris. I listened to that audiobook, and I think that was, and I listened to the Giver audiobook. But those weren't on my TBR. But I see why people call them hopefuls instead of TBR, because like it was so busy. March was an incredibly busy month for me, and I don't even know. It came and it went so fast. I got a lot done. I was very productive. A lot of things happened. Life is happening everywhere around you. It's just something I'm learning and experiencing, and it's just like crazy stuff. Like thankful. I'm thankful, I'm grateful, I'm blessed. I'm going to be taking a small step back from the book space, but wait. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. I will no longer be like, I don't think I ever bashed. Well, no, that's a lie. I hated that book. I stand 10 toes down. I hated that book. My debut novel is coming out in 2027. I'm so excited about that. So for the reader space, I should say, I'm taking a step back from the online reader space. I'm still going to post my reading vlogs, my thoughts on a book like I'm doing now, but I'm not going to do it in a very harsh way, because me being an author, I can imagine somebody saying something about my book when it comes out, and what I would and what I wouldn't want them to say. And I know everybody's not going to love my book. My book is not for everyone. It's a tragic lit fic. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people love happy love stories and stuff like that. So I know my book isn't for everyone. I know everybody's not going to give it a 5-star or anything like that. But I want to be more mindful about how I come off, because thinking about how I would react to somebody else saying something negative about my book in a very bad way, versus saying like what they didn't like and just keeping it pushing and stuff instead of like bashing it. I wouldn't want that to happen to me. So I'm going to be I'm already a published author. If y'all didn't know, I wrote 2 children's books. I will link them below. I'll never promote them, but I write children's books. It's like a safe space for kids who looked like me as a kid. I dedicated one of my books to my niece and my nephew. And it's just like, I had a few children's books growing up with characters that look like me, but not a lot. All of my favorite children's books, it's not people who look like me. So I wrote 2 children's books and published them. So I'm already a published author. I'm just not a published novelist. I'm going to publish my debut novel next year. I'm self-publishing. And I just want to be mindful of the steps that I'm taking in the book space and the content I'm putting out there in the world. And I want to make sure I'm spreading positivity and not hate. So that's why I'm taking a very small step back from the online reader space. I might pivot and focus more on writing content, because I really write a lot, and I feel like it'll be really fun to show y'all my writing process and everything I do to write. And writing is a safe space for me. I love writing, but I still want to share reading, might do some reading challenges, stuff like that. I just won't be heavily posting reviews. So this might be like one of the last videos where I'm like just straight up review and not just giving my thoughts on a book in passing or doing a reading challenge and stuff. I'm not a book reviewer. I don't want to be a book reviewer. I'm just telling you how I like a book, what I think about a book, things like that. After all this time I spent yapping, we can actually get into what this video is actually about. This video is about Just Friends by Haley Pham. I have thoughts on this book, as I'm sure I know a lot of people had thoughts on this book, and a lot of people did not like this book. They were really harsh about the reviews. I'm pretty sure we all saw that one video. If you clicked on this video, you probably saw that one like really, really negative review. So I wrote down some thoughts in my notes app about the book and what I liked and what I didn't like. First off, Just Friends is a friends to lovers second chance romance. It's about Blair and Declan. I guess I can just read the back of the book. Blair and Declan were inseparable growing up, best friends who knew each other better than anyone else. But when an impulsive kiss took them from friends to something more, everything changed. Just as quickly as their romance started, one moment shattered it all, leaving them with nothing but heartbreak and silence. Now, 4 years later, Blair is back in their coastal hometown of Seabrook to support her mom and care for her great aunt Lottie as her health declines. To make ends meet, Blair applies to work at a coffee shop, only to discover it's managed by none other than Declan, the boy she loved, the boy she lost, the boy who still makes her heart race. As Blair's path keeps crossing with Declan's, old wounds resurface, secrets are revealed, and sparks reignite. But could their future be could their future ever be free of their past? Told in dual timelines that unravel the magic and pain of first love, Just Friends is a moving romantic story about second chances, the weight of dreams, and finding your way back to the people who feel like home. Haley Pham is a big creator in the book space. I used to watch Haley Pham's content more when she was leaned towards lifestyle beauty content, and I was in high school and I wanted to be like a relatable influencer. That was not for me. Books are for me. I don't know why I ever tried, but I know I tried. I learned and I knew it wasn't for me. But then I didn't watch her as much when she was in the book space. Then I started watching her more when I found out she was publishing a novel, and I was like, wait, this is really cool. I want to see what this book is about and how I like it and stuff like that. So I pre-ordered it and I got it. I think it got delivered to my house March 4th. But it took me like all of March to read it, not because of how I liked the book. That's just because of how busy I was. It took me so long because I was literally just reading the book in small breaks at work, like small 15-minute breaks at work. That's all the time I really had. Oh, a big complaint people had about this book was the big use of big words in the book. People felt like Haley was writing the book and just throwing big words in unnecessarily. It didn't make sense and stuff like that. That's the main critique I saw of people's reviews online. I was initially scared to read the book because there's so many negative reviews, and I was like, did I just waste my money? Am I gonna like this book? I rated it 3 stars. I enjoyed the book. It's not my favorite, but I enjoyed the book. It's a good romance novel in my opinion. But like the way people were talking about this, I thought I was going to hate this book and I thought it was going to be like insufferable and not able to get through. But people were complaining about these big words in this book. But Blair as a character is mentioned throughout the book many times. Blair mentions it. I think Declan mentions it, how Blair loves words, she's a person who loves the dictionary, loves learning new words, synonyms, and whatever. She loves words. The book is written in first person in Blair's point of view. Blair is a person who loves words. She loves knowing big words. She loves learning new words. So there's going to be big words in the book. That made sense to me. That was the main critique, and I was like, But then when I saw that, I was like, oh, it makes sense. I could see if it was something like, girl, what? Like, it's written in third person or something like that, and then the big words are just in there, but it's written in Blair's point of view. And Blair likes words, big words. So it's like her telling the reader the story. So I feel like that's how Blair as a character would act. So that didn't bother me at all. If the book didn't have any big words in it, if it was, they were like, oh, a third grader could read this, or a first grader can read this, my kindergartner could read this, things like that. And just because who wrote the book, but we'll get more into that later. So I feel like it was like, you're never going to make anybody happy if the big words are in the book, if there's not enough big words in the book, if there's no big words in the book, you're not going to ever going to make everyone, wait, what? You're never going to make everyone happy. So it was not that big of a deal to me. If you're a person and that bothers you, the book's not for you. The book's not for you. I also would say this book is categorized as new adult, which is, I think, it's like a little older than YA. So just because of the age of the characters. I feel like if the characters were in high school, the whole story, instead of just like the dual timelines, this would very much so be a regular YA romance novel. And a lot of people are reading this book because it's Haley Pham, and they don't like YA. They don't like new adult. If you don't like this genre, I don't think this is going to be the book to make you like this genre, and that's okay. Every genre isn't for everybody. I am a fan of YA romance, as you can see. I do love a good young adult romance novel. It feels very wholesome, light, fun, lighthearted. I like stories like that, and this is kind of what this came off as to me. So it's people who don't like romance, people who don't like YA, they pick this book up because it's Haley Pham, and then they're like, this book is terrible. If you don't like YA babes, you're probably not gonna like the book. I hate to break it to you. You're not gonna like the book. Another thing that stood out to me, Blair is raised by a single mom. I am also raised by a single mom. My mom raised 3 kids on her own. My mom is incredible. And a lot of people, I think they said like she was unrealistic in the book or something, or she was like weird. And I can't remember the exact video I'm thinking of when the girl said something about her mom and how Blair's want to take care of her mom. I feel that way about my mom too. My mom gave me a great childhood being a single mom, being a struggling single mom, because there's a difference between a single mom and a struggling single mom. My mom gave me a great childhood while she was struggling. And now it pushes me to do better now as an adult because I want to provide for my mom. I want to do everything I can to show my mom how much I appreciate her, how appreciated she is, and how grateful I am for what she gave me while not having the means to do so. So I definitely related to Blair a lot in that sense because she was like, I want to provide for my mom. I want to do this. That was very relatable to me. People think like this book's going to be a literary masterpiece. It's not a literary masterpiece. There are a dozen, hundreds, maybe even thousands of romance books worse than this one. I've read a great amount of terrible romance novels, and I wish I kept track of the books I read before the start of this year. I never tracked or logged what I read before 2026. I just read it, and I wasn't into tracking what I read, but I've read terrible romance novels before. There are way worse books out there than this one. And I feel like another thing I'm going to get into in a minute, people are thinking this is going to be a literary masterpiece. She got a book deal. This needs to be. But it's a cute romance novel. I think people are expecting more of it than what they should be expecting. It's a cute romance novel, like Javab. I'm not sure if this is Haley's first time ever writing a book. I know this is her first time publishing, but I'm not sure if this is her first time writing a book. I've wrote many books before that will never see the light of day because I hated them. This could be her first time doing something. This could be her first time writing a novel. I don't know. A lot of people are saying give her grace because this is her first. She's a new author. The first time you do something, you're not going to be an expert. I agree with that. The first time you do something, you're not going to be an expert. They're saying this book shouldn't have been published. There's a lot of books that I've read that I think shouldn't have been published. I can think of a few, but the book's probably not for you. I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there who loves this book. Also, people disagree about the way to rate books. I rate books versus on how I enjoyed them, not the literary works of it, not if this and this was like a literary masterpiece. I rate books on my enjoyment because I rate books to tell how I liked them, to log if I want to go back and read it, to tell myself what I liked about it, to share what I liked about it. That's how I rate books. I gave The Sun Is Also a Star, a 5-star. I enjoyed that book. That's a very enjoyable book to me. That is a 5-star book to me because that's how much I enjoyed it. 5 stars worth. People I've seen rate it 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars, and they're like, because of this, this, and this, and this, and I'm like, I'm not a book reviewer. I'm not a book critic. That's not my job. I'm rating books on how much I enjoy them. It's a 5-star read to me, but this might be a 2-star read to you. Well, this book, Just Friends, is a 3-star read to me, but it might be a 5-star read to somebody else. So I think people forget a lot of times reading is subjective. We should be happy people are reading because we're in a literary crisis. And then, oh my gosh, side note, I'm seeing so many people get into reading, and I've been seeing influencers just reading and happy to be reading, and they pick up the problematic authors who are racist, who are abusers, who are not good people. But I'm like, they don't know. It's a book. At least they're reading. We can inform them respectfully. I have informed people respectfully about the authors that they read, but at the end of the day, at least they're reading, I guess. But when there's so many books out there, there's so many authors out there who deserve that support you're giving to somebody who doesn't care about people who look like you or the people who look like your friends and family. That's all I'm saying. That's up to you. There was a point in the book where I was a little confused. Her friends were telling her that she's never been one to doubt herself and stuff, and she's always known who she was. But I was like, homegirl spent the whole book, Blair spent the whole book doubting herself and like not really knowing what she wanted to do. And her friends like, you've never been one to doubt yourself. And I'm like, yes, she has. But I was like, maybe that was just like a little point I wrote down that was like a little confusing. Another thing that aggravated me in the book, her great aunt died and her friend called her to rant without even checking up on her. And I was like, and then she really brushed it off. That's, for me personally, I would have been the one that had that conversation. It's like, girl, I'm grieving right now. You haven't even checked and asked how I'm doing right now, but you want to call me to rant about your mother? And you haven't even asked how I'm processing this grief right now at all. You haven't asked me how I'm doing, how I'm holding up. But yeah, let's talk about you and let's rant. I don't know, call me selfish, but I feel like that was like, if she just went through something like that, her friend should have done better. There were points in the book where it felt like the line between Haley and Blair were crossed a lot. And I was like, I can't tell if this is Haley or this is Blair. I'm like, okay, it's hard to separate them. And I guess it's different because we know so much about Haley's life. She vlogged a good portion of her life. She has an online presence. It was so many points where I was like, is this Haley or is this Blair? I feel like this is more Haley right now. Okay, now Blair is back. And that was the main thing that I did not like about the book. And maybe that's because she's an influencer. She shows a lot of her life. She tells about her life. But it just felt like there was not a lot of separation between the character and the author. I feel like there's always in characters, authors write. There may or may not always be a little piece of them in the characters they write, but they don't make that them. They don't make themselves the character. But that's what this book kind of gave. It was like a self-insert a little bit, and I didn't care for that aspect of the book. Somebody else might love it, but it just wasn't for me. I wasn't a fan of that. And now she got a book, and everybody's like, she got a book deal. For her to be a published author, she should have had a way better book than this, and this book should have been this, and that. It was so easy for her to get this book deal. Yes, it was easier for Haley Pham to get a book deal than somebody who is completely unknown in the book space and the online community. Yes, they know her book is guaranteed to make sales. It's easier for her to be traditionally published because she is known in the book space. But I've read books by traditionally published authors that I hated. And I was like, how did this book even get published? How did this see the light of day? But other people love that book. And yes, it is very, 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 very much so easier for her to get a book deal than a average Joe. And that's unfortunately the world we live in. But I think people are critiquing it so harshly because of who she is, rather than the actual content of the book itself. A lot of people don't know how to give an unbiased review, and they're thinking about Haley as a person and not actual book. And that's pretty much it. What I think, that's my thoughts on it. I rated it 3 stars. It's a cute book. It's a cute romance novel. I might pick it up and read it again. It's a cute romance novel. It's not my typical romance novel. I'm typically a fan of Black romance novels. I love Black romance novels. I love a good Black love story. Just me personally. But it's a cute romance novel. It's a cute romance novel. It was easier for her to get a book deal, yes. That doesn't make it a terrible book. And I think a lot of people need to learn to separate, not take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Do not misconstrue my words. Do not misconstrue my words. Do not misconstrue my words. I get when people are problematic or whatever, don't support them, whatever. I do not support anybody, to my knowledge, who is a problematic author who has done crazy things or whatever. I do not support them. As long as I am informed about it, I will not support them. If I'm unknowingly supporting somebody who is a problematic person, problematic author, please, please, please let me know in a kind way. Don't bash me for it, because most of the times, 9 times out of 10, honestly 10 times out of 10, I'm not aware. I do not know. I'm online as I can be, but I do not spend all of my time online. But if I'm supporting somebody who is problematic, let me know, okay? But a lot of people need to learn, what I'm saying is, a lot of people need to learn how to think about reviewing the book just for the contents of the book and not for who wrote the book. Not just because you don't like her content, you're kind of mad that it was easy for her to get a book deal. Separate that. Give me a review on the actual book, your enjoyment of the book, what you thought of the book. That's it. All right, I feel like I've been yapping for enough time now. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll be posting more and more videos soon. Hopefully I have a less busy month. I don't know, it might be even busier than last month, to be honest. I can't remember. This month, might be way busier. But I'm trying to be more consistent with posting content, get back on my weekly schedule, because it's been a hot minute since I posted a video on YouTube, and a minute since I posted on TikTok and my other platforms. Speaking of my other platforms, I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Threads. Follow me there. They're all at Nasiah V. They'll be on the screen somewhere. Thank you so much for watching this video again. Make sure you like and subscribe. Click the bell to stay updated on when I post, since I do not have a set schedule right now. So you'll know the next time I post and everything. Comment what you want to see next. More writing content. I know I asked this in the last video. I know a couple people commented, I think, more writing content, and I'll be getting that out to y'all very, very soon. But bye. Have a great day. Read some books. Let me know how you like them books. And I'll see y'all in the next video.